So here we are. Hi, I'm going to give you a tour of the place. It's got ample parking, and here is one of the canals. This is the small canal. There's a much bigger canal that's over. It's not right here, but it catches up with this one, which is, there's the I&M canal, then there's the old canal. This one is the old one. One of them is the sanitary canal. I'm not sure if that's this, I forget. But this is a popular spot for people to come and fish. People will also come into this area and attempt to catch fish, but they never do anything. There might be some frogs here, but they don't do very well fishing here. And then when they, of course, they hear the band, or the duo, I should say, they tend to skedaddle. But as you can see, there's people coming and going literally every couple of minutes when the weather's nice. It's a very popular spot. So we have this Heritage Quarry, Dolomite, and it's in Braille. And then over here, video surveillance with cameras where's the camera? That's not plugged in. And then there's a little outhouse. There's a little pond over in that area. And further down, there's a real nice clear water quarry. Oh, you can see here some people leaving. They've had a day out, a fun day out on the water. So here's the Kenneth A. Steele Memorial Park with the pavilion that we like to utilize. You can see there's a couple of bat houses. These are enclosures for bats. They've been doing that for years. They've been building these bat houses to help preserve the bat community. So we set up in here. Say hi, GOMTI. There's outlets there's an outlet over there, and there's an outlet over on that one, but we've never used them. So yeah, you can see it's got some, like there's a nest, some type of a hornet nest perhaps, and then they're all over the hornet nests, and then there's spiders and stuff in here, other unwelcome things. And like over here, there's remnants of bird poop, which is not cool because you don't want to breathe that dust. You can get really sick from that. So we always bring a broom. Where's our broom?
It's down here under the hiding here, this way, down, squat. It's under the table.
Oh yeah, there's the broom. And our stuff set up in here. Here's a little dolly we use. This thing was for, you would use your kid's car seat. The baby seat connects right onto that. Now I liked it because of the wheels were really nice. It rolled really well, and this handle extends. The extender works really well, the action on it. So I just built like a 1-by, do you call that, frame around it, and then extended the strap, because the strap's a really cool strap too. So we got another rolly bag. This stuff all loads onto these carts. We got the two 8-inch speakers. That one was $7. This one was $30. And we paid $19 for the sub. But right now, we eliminated this EQ for my wife, and she's just running this Zoom. We bring a meter with us. Here's, of course, the yellow guitar. These two batteries are on a switch to power the power amp that's inside of that. So the main amp, like, there's my rig, the expression pedal over there. That switch turns on and off the MP3 player. So the batteries to power the amp that runs the speakers are those two. This 2 amp. It's got the batteries inside of it, and the idea with that is just so I don't have to worry about blowing these mains, we'll call them, these 8-inch speakers with my guitar. I know I'm being a weenie and it doesn't matter, but I had the stuff and I got the speaker for $6, $6.99. It was a $189 speaker. It's a dual voice coil with 2 crossovers and 2 tweeters inside of that speaker. It's for, like, if you have a house and you want to pipe music everywhere, that's a real nice hi-fi stereo speaker, stereo single speaker. So it's a weird thing, but I found that it sounds wonderful. It sounds a little bit better than what is coming out of the mains as far as my guitar sounds. So I put this, what do you call that, port in it, and put some cloth on it. I really like this little 2 amp. I really do. It's kind of, there's the amp board right there. Kind of an unnecessary thing, but it's small and light enough. And just hit this switch here. The sound comes in here. So Donna's bass comes down to this pedal, which is just a pickup simulator. Basically, all that's doing is giving her something to plug into that's on the ground. And then that cable runs up here. So just to keep her cable on the ground, instead of having to come in here. We were running an EQ, but that was before I got this mixer here. So my signal comes out, and we're running. I got a 1/4-inch cable like Donna's. You can see here, she runs, this is an 1/8 on the other end. I like using smaller cables. It keeps it more lightweight in the gig bag. So that cable runs all the way over here to a splitter and then comes in here for the bass. Oops, we lost a pick. And then mine is kind of goofy. I got a 1/4-inch cable coming into this, which is a stereo mixer, stereo EQ. It's got bass, mid-range, and treble, and then a significant volume boost. So my volume for my guitar, I control it with this knob here. So I can just reach over and grab my volume rather than having 2 channels, having to adjust those when I want to make a, well, I would have to go up here to the gain if I wanted more. But yeah, I can just grab it there. And then the MP3 player is built into this box, which houses the power amp down here. And then the bass channels are a pair. So I can, 1 knob to adjust the music volume, 1 knob to adjust the bass, and then 1 knob down here to adjust the volume for the guitar. Now here's the master volume for the power amp, treble control or tone knob, volume for the satellite speakers, volume for the sub, and frequency for the subwoofer. And then here's the memory card and the MP3 player. So here's the power switch for that MP3. Here's the power switch to turn on the power amp. This switch pauses or plays. There's buttons on this MP3 player, but I didn't like them. So I cut in and ran over here. Basically, this is rewind, fast forward, and play. And then that play button is doubled down here. So I can play by doing that. And then this here, this other little foot switch is just an accessory. It's a mod that I built on, so I can hold down and it'll scroll through my patches, because they didn't give you that feature on this. You'd think they would, but I think they wanted you to buy the G, this is a G3, they wanted you to buy the G5 to get that feature. So there was a pair of buttons up here that did that, so I just soldered some wires down here and then made that switch box, which I actually already had that. But this is a lithium ion pack here. It's a 9-volt pack, and that's what's running my G3. It's just a little beefier than running it off of 4 lithium ion batteries. And we've got, like, that's the case that I just got out of a dumpster. It turned out it had a name on it, and we looked it up, and it was the owner of the Chicago White Sox. That's Charles A. Comiskey Park. That's the guy who owns the White Sox ball bag. And it was filthy, but we cleaned that up, and that's what goes in the powered mixer goes in there. So when we're done, about how long does it take to get everything packed up into the car and go? About a half hour, would you say?
Probably not even.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. I mean, like, I will start ripping wires out, and then she'll start putting stuff and run into the car while I'll stay here because I have the back injury. So she does a lot of the heavy lifting, thank God. And since I've kind of started to take it easy when we go out, and I don't have to worry because she's got a wheeled cart, so she's not exerting herself, right? That's not too bad. So I have been in better shape when we come back. Normally, man, in the old days, I would be out of commission for a few days after we would do one of these outdoor music days. So that's the setup. We're here at the Quarries in Lamont. I got the new camera. I was just super excited. And then the camera arrived and it was the wrong model. It was a much older model. That's what we're filming on now. So maybe that'll offer a little bit of an improvement. I was on a higher format and then I switched memory cards because that one was full. It was only a 4 gig. And this camera won't take the newer, called a 10, the speed. It's rated, the memory cards are rated for the speed. It wouldn't take that, so I have to shoot a lower resolution movie and then it would take the newer 32 gig 10 card. So the new camera doesn't have any of those issues, and I got a 64 gig card coming. All of this is going to be straightened out. I know I've been talking about cameras for, too long. You think I've been talking about it long? You wouldn't believe how long I've been thinking about it. So all of this is coming to a head, and we're going to be fully upgraded really soon. I'll just show you one more thing. I got that stool. You see that with the adjuster? I got that yesterday for $4.99, and it was all the way down, so it was a shorty. And I was running around. I went into Home Depot at like 10 minutes to close, running around looking for a piece of pipe. And then I went in their tool section, and because I was just out in the car, I don't have a monkey wrench. So I grabbed the monkey wrench out of a pile. They were selling cheap ones, and I loosened it up, and there it came out. And it was like, oh, it lifts up all the way to there. So then I just turned around and I tightened it up, and I turned around and walked out. And then I had to explain to them, I'm like, hey, and they were like, we should charge you rent. So it worked out real good. Anyway, you guys, this has been the quick tour of the jam spot here we enjoy at the quarries in Lamont. Say goodbye, GOMTI.